Hello, friends. The following video is a sample from my Patreon channel. I talk about Patreon a lot on this channel because it's so important to me that you learn the things that I can teach you through Patreon. So this is just a little sample. They're not very long. It's $5 a month. You get 5 videos a week, Monday through Friday. It applies to both at-home homemakers and payroll homemakers. And this is where you can decide if you want to be mentored by me. So if you decide you want to be mentored and you're in the Patreon channel, you've paid your $5, go look at the tiers and see what you need. All right, that's it. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy. Hello, Fly Babies. Today we have a request from Kim to do a video on analysis paralysis. First of all, it's fun to say, analysis paralysis, but what is it? It's when you can't make a decision. That's all it is. You can't analyze, you're paralyzed. Why do we have analysis paralysis? It's because we're afraid. And it's driven by perfectionism. Surprise! It's driven by perfectionism because you're afraid you're going to make a mistake and not do it just right. You're afraid that you're going to give away something that you might need one of these millions of days away. You're afraid that somebody might find out how much you spent for that thing that you're giving away. You're afraid that your mother might find out. You're afraid that your husband will be mad. You're afraid that your children are going to cry when they think it's missing. Whatever it is, it's all driven by fear. There is no room for fear in your heart. Listen, you are in a vocation that you were blessed to be driven toward. This is the vocation of being a wife, a mother, and a homemaker. Maybe you're not all three of those things, but you're one of those things. And all three of those things, wife, mother, homemaker, involves a lot of decision making. And you are empowered to make those decisions because you are specifically that thing. You are a wife. You are a mother. You are a homemaker. And so somebody has to be the wife, somebody has to be the mother, and somebody has to be the homemaker, and it's you and only you. So get rid of your fear. This is what you were born to do. Let's do it. Let's become an alpha. Let's not be afraid. And think about what the picture is that you have in your mind as a wife, as a mother, as a homemaker of something that you're about to declutter, for example. So let's say as a homemaker, you're about to declutter your kitchen. And you open a drawer and it's full of junk like we all have. And you start going through there and boy, that's no problem. You can throw away the pens that are dried out. You can throw away the markers that are just blowing your eyes. You don't like that color. But maybe you get in there and you say, oh, I've got 2 pair of scissors. I guess I'll just leave them. And then you go to the next thing and you start to declutter your pots and pans. And there's a pot in there that your mother gave you 20 years ago. And it doesn't work well, and it's rusted, and it's unbalanced on the stove, and wobbly, and you never use it. But your mother gave it to you 20 years ago. So you close the shelf, and you go to or cupboard, and you go to the next thing, etc. So you're going to end up, in the end, getting rid of little bits of trash, the paper, the broken pens, and you just can't get rid of your duplicates or things that you don't like anymore, things that aren't serving you anymore. There's no one else running your kitchen, just you. Your mom doesn't run it, your husband doesn't run it, the kids don't run it, you run it. This is the same with everything in your house. You're the one who's in charge. Somebody has to be in charge of everything. When you work, somebody's in charge, and that person has somebody in charge over them. And that's the CEO. Usually the CEO, the chief executive officer, that's you in your house. Doesn't mean you have to do everything physically, but it means that you're aware of what's going on and you're in charge. So if you have a pot that your mother gave you 20 years ago, it wobbles on the stove, it burns food, you don't use it, you don't like it, and it's taking up space. If you don't have fear, you can pick it up and say, no one would want this pan, it's going in the garbage, and you throw it away. And when you go to your drawer with the scissors in it, you could say, you know what? These scissors both work great. They're both fairly new. I think I'm going to use this one in the kitchen, and I'll go see if I have one in the office. You go to your office, there's another pair in the office. Wow, we don't need any more scissors. These scissors are going to be a giveaway. Somebody's going to be so happy to get these at Goodwill. Put it in your giveaway box. That's how you do it. And then after a while, you'll stop being so crazy and you'll start making decisions because you won't have any fear. So analysis paralysis is fear. Fear of your vocation. Fear that you're going to make a mistake. Fear that you won't be perfect. Let's say you gave something away and after a while you decided, oh no, I needed that. That was part of this. You know what? It's not the worst thing in the world. If you didn't know what it was and it was part of this, how long has it been since you used this? Maybe you need to get rid of this. Okay? So don't be afraid. And if it's something that you did need and you got rid of it, then you can order a new part online. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so I want you to start getting rid of things. I want you to start decluttering things. I want you to make a decision of where to put things. Make a decision, have a vision for your home. What does your home look like now? What did it look like in your mind when you bought the house, when you rented the apartment, when you decided to move there? What did you picture happening in that kitchen? I can tell you because everyone says the same thing. If you ever watch those shows on TV where people are buying a new house or whatever, they always say, oh, we could entertain in here. Look how much room we have. Yet when you moved in, you never entertained because you're embarrassed because you have so much junk everywhere because the room is taken up with your junk. So have a vision for your home. Maybe it isn't to entertain. That's fine. But have a vision. What did you envision this kitchen looking like when you moved in? What did you envision would be on your countertops? What did you envision would be in these drawers, in these cabinets, in these cupboards, in that pantry? How did you envision your refrigerator would look on the outside and the inside? That's what you want to work toward, that vision. It's not perfection. It's just an ideal. It's something that you want your house to look like. So you're going to work toward it. And when you work toward it, you're going to have to make decisions because you have too much stuff. And that's the bottom line. You have too much stuff. It still may be junk, or it may be really good. Doesn't matter. It's too much. So get rid of the paper. Get rid of the junky stuff that no one would want. Give away the duplicates. And then decide on what's left if this is something that fits your vision. If it's perfectly good and it fits your vision and you have a space for it and you're going to use it, look at it, admire it, put it on display, whatever, often or fairly often, more than once a year, then I say keep it. Make room for it. However, if your house is ultra tiny, you may not have room for it. And if you don't have room for it, even though it's something you might use, you probably have something else you also might use. Which one do you like best for that particular job? And that's how you make a decision. So analysis paralysis is going. We're going to let go of perfectionism. We don't care if we make a mistake. Honestly, we don't care if we make a mistake. It's like when you're blessing your house. You don't care that you're not perfectly vacuuming the floor, perfectly mopping the floor, perfectly dusting the furniture, perfectly cleaning the mirrors, or perfectly doing anything. You just care that you get it done, and you get it done as best you can in the amount of time that you have. So when you get ready to get your decluttering going, the hardest thing a person can do in their home, decluttering, if you get rid of your analysis paralysis, if you get rid of that fear, if you get rid of perfectionism, you'll do just fine. I sure hope this was helpful for you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I want you to always remember that you are beautiful. So be beautiful.